Most people read the 48 Laws of Power like a book of tactics. But if you look at it through the lens of dark psychology, you realize something far more disturbing. These laws only work because they target the weakest parts of the human mind. Today, I'm going to decode the real psychological meaning behind the most powerful laws, the side that most people never see. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why these laws dominate people, and how manipulators use them quietly without ever being noticed. If you enjoy dark psychology content, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. We post new videos every single day. The 48 Laws of Power are not about strategy. They're about human vulnerability. Every law exploits fear, ego, insecurity, or emotional blindness. Dark psychology calls this predatory cognition, the ability to sense the emotional weak points in others and move in silence. For example, people fear being ignored, so always say less than necessary dominates them. People crave validation, so use selective honesty disarms them. People hate uncertainty, so cultivate an air of unpredictability intimidates them. The laws aren't powerful by themselves. Human weakness is what gives them power. Let's get started. Decoding Law 3. Conceal your intentions. On the surface, this law seems simple, but psychologically, it's one of the most devastating. Humans rely on predictability to feel safe. When someone cannot read you, they feel anxious, insecure, mentally off balance. This is a dark psychology tactic called cognitive dissonance induction. Your silence forces the other person to create their own narrative. And people always overestimate your power when they don't know your plan. This law doesn't just hide your intentions. It amplifies your presence. Decoding Law 6 caught attention at all cost. People think this law means being loud or dramatic. Wrong. Dark psychology shows that attention is not about visibility. It's about controlling psychological space. Powerful people dominate attention by creating emotional contrast, being unpredictable, triggering curiosity, breaking patterns in a subtle way. In psychology, this is called agenda setting. When you control what others think about, you control how they behave. Attention is not fame. Attention is psychological leverage. Decoding Law 15. Crush your enemy totally. This is the law people misunderstand the most. From a dark psychology perspective, this law is not about violence or revenge. It's about preventing future psychological threat. Humans do not forget humiliation. They don't forget being dominated. They don't forget losing. So even if you win, your enemy keeps an emotional record. Crushing them totally means removing their ability to retaliate mentally, not physically. You do this by closing the conflict completely, removing their influence, breaking their narrative, denying them psychological oxygen. It's psychological closure, and predators understand it instinctively. Decoding Law 18. Isolate yourself. People assume isolation makes you weak. But in dark psychology, isolation can make you untouchable. Why? Because distance gives you mystery, authority, emotional detachment. Lever it. A clean mental environment. When people don't have access to you, they project more power onto you. Humans fill gaps with fear, fantasy, or admiration. This is called perception inflation. You become larger than life because no one can get close enough to challenge your image. Once you understand the dark psychological principles behind these laws, you realize something. The 48 laws of power are not instructions. They are mirror reflections of how the human mind breaks under pressure. If you master these psychological triggers, you don't need to manipulate people. You just need to understand how they react to power. And the truth is, there are a few laws inside this book that are so psychologically dangerous that even highly intelligent people fall for them every single time. If you want a full breakdown of the most manipulative laws of the entire book, watch the next video, because that's where things get truly dark.